Hey, what's going on everyone? We're going to be talking about sumo deadlifts versus conventional deadlifts. Which one you should be doing. Is there really a difference between them? So before we get going, NASA's going to demonstrate a conventional deadlift. Now, a lot of times CrossFitters have a tendency to get very quadsy in these. So we want the shins right next to the bar. She's going to make me talk her way through it because that's what she does to me. She's going to go shins right up against those bars. So get closer, get closer. We're not setting up like a clean. We want to set up a conventional deadlift. NASA's getting nice and tight. Go ahead, just perform a deadlift. All right, those shins should stay pretty vertical, ideally completely vertical. Go ahead, give me a few reps. See the hamstrings load, right? The hips have to go back, shoulders forward, and relax. You can drop it. Next, she's going to do a sumo deadlift, which Nas actually likes better because she feels stronger there. So she's going to go shins right in that bar again. You'll see those feet turn out. All right, go ahead, just give me a few reps. You're going to notice the shins should stay vertical again. Go ahead, a few reps. The back angle is going to be different depending how you're built. Femur length, tibia length, arm length, torso length. That angle will change. Try not to exaggerate the hips back too much, right? Don't turn into a stiff leg. And relax, okay? You can drop that bar. So here's the deal. You'll hear some people say, hey, if you're built a certain way, you should do sumo. If you're built a certain way, you should do conventional. Some of the science that I've read on it, they say it shouldn't matter. It stresses your hips almost the same way. The main difference is that conventional deadlift is going to strain your back more, your lower back, just because of that angle, and save your quads a little bit. Now that initial pull off the ground is usually quads, and then hamstrings and back will take over. For that sumo deadlift, you're going to see it save your back, because usually your torso's up more, depending on how far out you can get those knees, and then the quads you have a tendency to use more. Now, if you look in the powerlifting world, according to what people say, that sumo deadlift should be heavier because it's a shorter range of motion. But I don't see many people personally, tell me I'm wrong, post it in comments, pulling over 1,000 pounds in a sumo position. I've only seen mostly conventional, all right? But what I like to see for CrossFitters is that we always have a tendency to do conventional, whether that's in clean deadlifts. Even when we do a sumo deadlift, we end up in that quadsy kind of position, which we're trying to keep people from doing. So what I like to do is make CrossFitters do sumos more often. Now, not just like 1 rep max, 3 rep max, 5 rep max, but higher volume. And the reason being is we have a tendency to stay right here in this plane. Bam, deadlifts, cleans, snatches, thrusters. We're not that good at lateral movement, and we're missing a whole group of muscles that help keep your back and your glutes, all that stuff safe, your hips, and also since your hips are the drivers of your body, if you don't have good muscle endurance in your hips, you have a tendency to tweak, feel weird stuff in your back, you're using the wrong muscle groups. So what I like to see people do is NASA's going to get set up in that sumo deadlift again. We want to see people spread the floor and push those knees out as much as they can. And what you're going to feel is the side of your glutes are going to light up, some weird stuff in your hips you've probably never felt before. All right, so NASA's going to go hips back, spread the floor, go ahead. She's really don't think about spreading that floor as she stands up and back down. And believe it or not, what I'm going to do for all those CrossFitters out there or powerlifters, I'm going to make Nas go double overhand to work her grip a little bit more. Go ahead, go again, do a few more reps for me. Squeeze on the way up and hips back on the way down. Go for it. Get another one and constantly think about spreading that floor. And you can relax and drop that. Now the reason being is there's all these muscles in here that we don't use that well. They tie into our lower back a little bit. When we start doing reps of sumo deadlifts in the 10, 15, 20 rep range, it helps us utilize those muscles that we don't use when we get those feet together, those lateral muscles that have a tendency to carry over to sport more, and then plus it helps us build that endurance in our lower back. So again, hey, I love conventional deadlifts. I can lift way more weight there, but I'd love to see the CrossFit world start to do some more higher rep sumo deadlifts. My friends over at Active Life talk about this a lot. I learned it from them to kind of add into my program, and it makes a world of difference. So I'd love to hear about your numbers, conventional versus sumo, which one you like more. Hey, show me videos of people pulling a lot of weight sumo. I'd love to see it. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.